Just want to do this quick video. A little bit of a backstory. So, this is my second battle jacket in my lifetime. The first one I had, I let go somewhere around my early to mid 20s. I was big into the scene then. I had that jacket for a good 10 plus years. I think I was, 12 or 13 years old when I created it. And it was basically, I had a bunch of patches on, as you do, but for the back patch, I had painted it using an oil-based paint at that time. This was around the mid-80s. I don't know, maybe it was 85, 84, somewhere around there. Anyway, at that time I had Venom's Black Metal painted on my back. I had done it myself with, like I said, oil-based paint. And I had Sacrifice across the bottom, the song Sacrifice from that album, instead of Black Metal. I didn't want to go one for one, I wanted to change it up a little bit, so I across the bottom I had, like I said, painted Sacrifice using the same letters as the Black Metal format that is on that album cover. And I painted that because, before then I had been into, what my mom was raising me on, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, shit like that, America. That was heavy. But in the Boy Scouts, a buddy of mine whose older brother had gotten the Black Metal album for Christmas that year when it came out. Shortly after, his little brother, turned me on to it. And I thought, fuck me, this shit's fucking heavy, compared to Judas Priest and shit at the time, it was fucking, the heaviest shit I ever heard. And that's why I had put it on the back of my jacket. It had, that album for me changed a lot. I think that was also right around the same time I had watched and seen the movie The Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell. Scared the shit out of me. I was a little kid, so and that album, it didn't have the same effect. Like, it didn't scare the shit out of me, but it changed a lot for me, just like The Evil Dead changed for me. The Evil Dead, yeah, it scared the shit out of me, but it fucking totally got me into horror. Like, I was addicted. I was like, yeah, I want that again, that the adrenaline, the fear, the whole everything, it was just great. So yeah, the Black Metal, Venom's Black Metal album opened up the doors for much heavier shit. And then later on, Metallica and Slayer and all them bands started coming out, and I got into them. I imagine I would have gotten into those bands even if I hadn't have heard of Venom's Black Metal album. But and then of course, I think it was like a year later or so, At War with Satan came out, and I fucking loved that album. That was just great. And if there was the hint at the end of the Black Metal album to the At War with Satan. They had that little intro at the end of the album. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. So I had it painted on the back. So now, fast forward, I'm going to be 53 here. And my daughter, the year before last, she turned 13. And she is totally into the scene. You know, I raised her from a baby. Even in the womb, you know, I was playing death metal and shit to her while she was in her mommy's belly. And so she turned 13, and I figured, well, you're a teenager now, we need to do some shows. So, you know, I took her to see Cannibal Corpse, took her to see Suffocation, took her to see all these bands now. And since we're doing these shows, and it's almost becoming a monthly or even a weekly thing now. Fuck me, we just seen 2 shows within the past 3 weeks. So I figured, since I'm, you know, back in the scene, I haven't seen any shows in a long time, since maybe, I don't know, 2010, 2011, because a buddy of mine had passed. He was my show buddy. And tried to get my wife. She went to a couple of shows, seen Anthrax and Testament and Death Angel with her, seen who was it, Dying Fetus, and a couple other bands with her. Went to 2 shows, and she can't handle it. And like I said, that was about 2010, 2011 maybe. So those were the last shows I've been to up until this point. So now I'm doing shows with my daughter. You know, we're back I'm back, I guess, full swing in the scene. My daughter certainly is. And I decided, you know, since I'm going to all these shows, you know, we have t-shirts and whatnot, you know, obviously, you know, I've had t-shirts before, and, you know, now my daughter, she's confiscated like every fucking t-shirt I have. So, and we've just added about a dozen more t-shirts, give or take, in the past year due to all these shows we've been going to. So, you know, that's growing. But I figured I needed a jacket. I had the leather jacket for 5 or 6 years now. But I didn't have a battle vest, a battle jacket to go over it. And so this past Christmas, 2024, my wife got me this Levi's denim jacket, which she knew damn well that I was going to cut off the sleeves and all that shit and turn it into this. And so yeah, here it is. She got me the denim jacket, and she got me some patches to start off, you know, the Dying Fetus and the obituary there. I'm not going to name everything. So I've thrown some shit on myself, like that button there, you know, because I do have quite a bit of American Indian in me. Mi'kmaq, Senecan, Sequoia, Cherokee, that sort of thing. I think there's a few others. Got that at a show. Fucking, when was it? December? I think it was the 13th of December? Or was it the 13th of January? No, it was this... Maybe it was January. I can't remember. So many fucking shows. Anyway, I just seen them recently. I think it was January. And, can't forget that little button there. Those guys were good. Same show. Your did it. Yep, had to put that on there. My wife got me that button because, you know, I'm such a retard, so got to do it. So anyway, I started this jacket. Got my mustache rides buckle down there, you know, because that's where it belongs, down there. And so yeah, but my wife tells me that you know, I should restrain myself from advertising this because apparently I give really good rides. So yeah, it's down there, so it's kind of hidden. Nobody can see it, but I love it. So anyway, this is the front of the jacket. Now, the purpose of this video isn't to show off the fucking patches and everything. You've seen these patches, they're a dime a dozen. The purpose of this video is to show you what I did to the back. It's not an exact one-to-one, but I basically, you know what, I thought about it. I've went over a bunch of different stuff. I like a lot of different bands, you know, and there's hundreds of thousands of bands, I'm sure, out there that I have no fucking clue of. I'm not going to bother putting that bullshit on there. But with the shit that I do know, you know, I went over a bunch of different shit, a bunch of different designs, had a lot of different ideas that I was going to put. At one point, I was going to put Altars of Madness, Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness back there, because that's a fucking kick-ass album, and it's a kick-ass album cover. And I wasn't going to put the whole thing, because that's fucking, you know, it's a little much, but I was going to put, you know, some small excerpt of it. That was an idea. I had several other ideas. I was going to put Slowly We Rot on there, you know, Obituary's album cover. I was going to put that back there. It looked cool, and I was like, no, you know, I decided to stay true to myself and go back to the origin of how this all started with, you know, the battle jackets and whatnot. And I recreated my fucking, here's my Suffocation and Napalm Death patches back there. But anyway, that's a couple more patches my wife started me off on. But I decided I was just going to recreate my Venom black metal jacket. It was so nice back then, and I wanted to do it again. I guess as per tradition, I suppose. So I didn't use oil paints this time around. I used these Posco paint. I guess it's a marker, I guess. I don't know. It's an acrylic paint. I guess it worked rather well. It was easier to draw than to paint, because I'm not really much of a painter. I'm a you know, an artist as far as drawing is concerned, not so much as painting. So yeah, let's turn this over and show you what the back looks like. And that's it right there. I didn't put black metal. I didn't put you know, anything on the bottom, sacrifice or nothing. I just, you know, did the Baphomet face, I guess, and the Venom. And I figured, you know, that's good enough. It's straight to the point. It's nice. It's not exactly one-to-one of how I had it. It's not exactly one-to-one on the album cover, but, you know, when you do shit freehand, you do shit the best you can, right? So, yeah. I might actually do a few more coats on the black there. Maybe touch up the white a little bit. You gotta have Black Sabbath down there, obviously. But, like I was saying, you know, some spots here, like this here, I kind of screwed up a little bit, as you can see. This is supposed to come down a little bit more, and I've got the paint, as you can see, I kind of went over it like an idiot. I fucked up, and I'll fix it, right? I'm gonna make it a little more pointy like I have it up here, you know what I'm saying? Which up there I kind of took a little liberty of extending it a little bit. I think it looks badass with it kind of pointed like that. I mean, it's a little exaggerated, as you can tell from the actual album cover. But yeah, that's just a glare. That's what I did. So I think it looks badass. Let's see if we can get a larger, yeah. So yeah. And I've already been to one show, this past show at Ground Zero here in Spartanburg. Yeah, I got a few compliments. There weren't that many people at that show, but you know, the people that did see it, they liked it and they said it looked badass. So I mean, yeah. So it's a little bit smaller than the original work that I had done. I would say it probably encompassed, like, the original was probably that much bigger. So if you can imagine the face, the name going across the top there, Venom, right? And the face would have encompassed all of this right here with the black metal going across the bottom here, about right there. So that's how the back of the original, my original battle jacket looked. But this is the new one. So let's see if we can get you a little close. See, there's some touch-ups that I need to do here. You can still see some blue. But, like I said, this is what I've got. I'm going to probably put another coat or two on it. But other than that, this is done. So let me know what you think.